Would you ever cheat on Beyonce?
No.
Because you're not going out with her?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why I wouldn't
Not
as
cheating,
well.
not technically. That's how I've got around it. I've not technically gone out with her, so I can see other people.
Yeah. We've got birds now.
Mm-hmm.
Both got birds.
Yeah.
Both spoken for.
Yep. Sorry, ladies. The ladies watching, we probably just lost a few fans.
Lost half our viewership.
Probably the ladies who wanted to tie us down.
Yeah.
Both, figuratively and literally.
I'm in a bubble with my bird.
Yeah.
So stayed there on...
He's going zorbing.
Wouldn't it be good to be in one of those things? The big...
I've always wanted to go
yeah.
one. They do look fun. I don't know if they'd be as fun as they look, but they do
like
look...
playing football.
Yeah,
like,
or just like running down a hill.
Yeah. I'd probably be, once I start like rolling though, I'd probably feel
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stayed round her house because she's alone.
Yep.
For the first time.
Yeah. You had a little getaway, didn't you?
Yeah. We had curry for tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
there was a little bit of beef about that.
Well, I spilt it on the cream-coloured sofas that were recently bought.
Recently bought as well. Did it come out?
Within the last year, yeah, it did come out. It wasn't loads, but it was like...
it
was quite
to be fair,
bit. It wasn't like the whole plate.
I know it would have been your fault, but you shouldn't have been trusted near a cream sofa with curry.
Yeah, what happened
Or were you not near it? Did you just throw it across the room?
Man, you know when you got a plate of curry, and I was trying to get my naan bread. We were sitting on the sofa. Normally I'd have my plate of curry on the table, and naan bread plate there.
Yeah.
And I could like break a bit of naan bread off, dip it in the curry. I was trying to get my naan bread. I was too far away from the table because we were on the sofa. I put in the naan bread onto the curry bowl, but there wasn't enough space for the naan bread. This curry bowl's getting all overfilled, and I'm getting stressed.
Yeah.
I'm trying to manoeuvre shit. And then I look over
saturated with curry.
Katie. I see she's using like sofa cushion as like a tray. Okay. I thought that's a good idea, so the bowl's not like burning your knees.
Yeah.
So I go.
So you turn the bowl upside down.
So I'm stressed about the naan bread situation. I mean, it's not really relevant, the naan bread thing, but I just want to paint a picture. Like I'm already stressed about this type of space. I go to grab one of the pillows to make my own little tray, and as I do that, I think like a knife flicks from the bowl onto the sofa, and a bit of curry lands on the sofa and on one of the sofa cushions. And
it's an absolute disaster.
Yeah. She doesn't get that angry though, which I think that's when you know it's love.
Yeah, she should get angry though.
I didn't.
You didn't
pry.
know. You don't know.
Pie.
No, I think it's pie. I didn't pie.
I don't want to pie, but yeah. What are your thoughts on bidets?
I've never used one.
No, I like that
Conceptually,
idea,
I'm for it. Yeah. Should we invest in a bidet? Like,
so I want like those Japanese
like
actual toilets where there's something comes up and wipes your ass.
Yeah, but I think you can get like an accessory you put on a seat that does the same thing.
That like sprays water in your ass.
Yeah.
So I feel like that can't be getting all the poo out. Maybe it can.
How do you mean?
Well, you don't wipe your ass after that, do you?
I don't think so. Well, I guess you could. I don't think you meant to.
Check, but like, I feel like that's not going to clean your ass completely.
But you just said you were for it.
I know I am for it, but I'm worried that it's not effective, or it's not going to be completely effective. Because I always often I'll have a sort of sludgy one. I know we don't. That's disgusting.
Sludgy.
Well, yeah, where there's residue on the
sludge puppy.
There's residue on the sides, and I don't know if the water from the bidet is going to pick up on that residue.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I'm saying?
I guess it probably would. If it has a certain jet function, maybe it's got controls. I think we should look into getting a bidet seat, man.
Yeah. Do you reckon it make us happier?
It might.
Make us more efficient. Spending less time. How much time do you waste wiping your ass? This guy doesn't. Clearly not.
It cleans itself if you don't do it for 3 weeks.
Do you ever at school, maybe it was me because you can never smell yourself, but the big kids that you just knew didn't wipe their ass.
I was this kid at
You just be
school
able to
who
smell
really
that
always smelled like poo.
that shit stain, and it's like, just wipe your arse, man. It's not that hard. I don't think anyone's ever taught him. Like, how do you learn to wipe your arse? I must have been taught, but I don't remember like my mum going like, wipe your arse, and I don't remember being taught to wipe my arse.
Yeah, isn't it? I feel like, you probably just taught it at such a young age that you don't really remember.
Maybe it's innate.
But yeah, maybe. I don't think you should have to be
I
taught.
still sometimes worry that I'm not doing it right.
Yeah, there's
it's hard to ask. Like, how do you wipe your arse? Like, wipe it till there's none left.
Yeah.
You wipe it,
and then I give a few safety wipes. I think I'm pretty.
You wipe and check, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
The checking,
you got to check.
I know. Yeah, you've got to check, but the checking part of it's like when you analyze it from the outside. Well, no, it makes sense if you analyze it because it's just. Like if an alien saw a human just wiping their ass, then looking at their wiping them. It's a weird thing.
I think I'm pretty wasteful with toilet paper.
And like, oh yeah, I don't do like a sheet at a time. I get a bunch and then fold it over.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, because I don't want that one sheet in between my hand and my arse.
Yeah, exactly. It feels far. You're playing a dangerous game with only one sheet.
But think about this, like, you know, like Miss Universe. I don't know if that competition still exists or whatever. She, like, presumably...
Thinking of her wiping her ass, is that what you...
Well, not just that, but yes, but she wipes her ass, looks at it and that's weird, isn't it? That she goes like that, looks at her own shit and then puts it in the toilet.
Do you think...
not that it matters, I don't want to be sexist, but it's just... I'm almost making a comment on the patriarchy.
It's weird thinking of anyone doing that.
I'm almost making a comment on the patriarchy because I'm saying we hold these women to this impossible standard of beauty, and then, at the same time, they wipe their ass. What's my point?
Imagine Sylvester Stallone doing that.
I
still got shit on my ass.
As well as a beautiful lady, it's pretty funny to imagine a really hench. Imagine Jocko Willink just wiping his ass.
It's pretty funny. Mountain time. I don't know what your point was. If he had a bidet,
though, he could get after it a bit more.
He could get after it.
Why are they not everywhere? The little toilet things that spray. Because it must be cost effective as well. Because
but I guess
think of how much you spend on toilet roll.
Companies, they don't,
Oh, do you think it's big toilet roll?
Hush, hush.
Big toilet roll conspire.
Big toilet roll.
You think it's kitchen roll conspire?
Big Andrex. Yeah, it could be.
Honestly, though, because you think how much must it be to get a nice toilet that does. Yeah,
like I think it is just that.
And they don't use toilet roll as well.
I don't think
they
so.
do. They'd use a minimal amount.
I feel like if we had
it's got to
one,
be cheaper.
If we had one, I would have to use toilet roll to check. Yeah,
it's got to be cheaper. Over the long run.
I think so.
How expensive can it be to install that?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. But safety check, but then you're probably getting through like a roll a month.
Yeah, because that's the sort of thing where
check.
you could just use like a few squares.
Yeah.
And just, if it's done the job properly, you don't need one wipe. And you'd know.
I'm just thinking of the kids that smell like shit.
I used to have a friend who'd go up, the one kid who would smell like it all the time. In lessons, he'd always go up behind him and smell him and then do like a look at me.
Because everyone knew.
Because he really stunk of poo all the time. And it used to really make me laugh, and he'd do it just because he knew I'd be watching him go up and sniffing him.
Oh,
which is a weird thing, because it's like, why do you want to smell it? But it's really funny.
Oh, that's tickled me. He would purposely give himself an unpleasant smell just to get...
He'd do it like woodworking when there was like someone was showing us how to do a practical. He just
how old was he? I'm thinking, when I'm saying this, I'm thinking like under 10.
No, this was like
woodwork.
Late secondary school, like year 10, year 9 maybe. No, but year 9, yeah. Year 9, year 8.
Oh, fucking hell, I don't know where they're that old.
He'd walk,
I'm imagining
like
a lap. Primary school age.
This kid and just go... It's a funny bit. It just is. And then he'd come back and he goes, he smells of shit.
Like you didn't get it. Oh, that's all that meant.
I see.
Oh man.
It's good stuff, huh?
Oh. Oh man. Did he know he smelled like shit?
I don't know. I never
Did anyone
asked
say it to him? Like to take the piss? It's really funny.
Well, the guy's last name was Hard On, so
What was his first name? Shitty Pants.
Shitty Pants Hard On. So he probably, I feel like that was,
Oh god.
you know, that was a go-to thing. You're gonna take the mick out off, and he had big old glasses.
Maybe he was so
I
depressed.
feel like smelling like shit was pretty.
Well, maybe he was.
Issues.
He was so depressed that he couldn't be bothered to wipe his arse. Because when I was imagining we were talking about people that were like under 10, I was gonna say, you know, looking back, it's not their fault. It's kind of child abuse, whatever, that they smell like shit.
Okay.
Sorry, I laughed so
eyes
much
dry?
I started itching my eyes, and then they got all dry. And sorry, I look like I'm crying. Compose myself. Right, yeah, I was saying if they were like under 10,
Yeah.
again, you know, that's the parents' fault for sending them out smelling like shit. Like,
That's a funny thought as well. Yeah, you ready for school?
like every parent should sniff the kid's ass and go, right, off you go.
Business as usual.
But like, when you're, whatever he was, 14, 15,
Yeah, it was at least.
you're probably going
12,
to school,
13.
you set like, it's on you to wipe your own arse at that age. Showering and all that is on you at that age. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And in
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't smell of shit anymore. But
You know what it could be? Sometimes it happens when you've got, although if you wipe your arse probably shouldn't. I think if you've got a sweaty arse,
yes.
then the kind of sweat can smell like shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Anyone's arse sweat will smell a bit pooey, I think.
I think I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe you just had a really sweaty arse.
All the time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Actually, maybe he sweated disproportionately out his arsehole.
That's where all his sweat glands were.
Yeah. Well, who do you reckon out of those two is that, well, maybe you know, has done better in life? The kid that had a smelly arse or the kid that went behind him and smelt it?
Oh, I still know the kid who went behind him and smelled it. I still speak to him.
Okay,
So-
but you don't know what the other one's doing now.
I don't know what the other one's doing. Oh, I guess I don't know, so I can't say. But I don't imagine the other person is in employment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they can't live smelling like shit in his job interviews.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There we go. Just one final question.
Yeah.
Do you always smell like that?
Oh, God. How can that happen?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, like... Because it just... I mean, maybe it can, but it can't just happen without... Like, you must know there's got to be still poo there for it to smell like that.
That's what I mean.
Like, you can't do a proper job and not...
That's why you need to wipe and look. You just wipe and look, wipe and look, wipe and look till there's no poo anymore. If maybe he doesn't look.
Maybe he's not wiping properly. Because sometimes...
You can wipe and think there's none left, and you've just not wiped deep enough.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Which is why you've got to do a few safety wipes, I think.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's just my protocol.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe he just wasn't wiping deep enough.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, I don't know if I can say it. I was just noise used to have big skid marks. My brother. It was like growing up with brothers, like sometimes they'd just be all your underwear would get mixed up in the wash. And you could be like, I think this one's yours, mate.
How did you know who it was his?
Because they'd be like
tell.
double XL as well, or whatever.
Oh, classic Big Dad.
Oh, like if a hippo could fit in them and they've got a big streak of shit down the middle, then they're probably dens. Oh, I don't know that I could stay in because there's a chance you could see it.
Yeah, but he wouldn't understand, would he?
Maybe we could bleep the name if that somehow helps. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. But he's going to get it from a description.
Yeah.
Of a big fat hippo in a street. Do you reckon he still has that problem?
Do you
now?
remember that? I mean, swimming was embarrassing enough for me because I couldn't swim properly.
Yeah, me neither. Really.
But like, I remember, not for me, but I remember one kid's underwear getting like looked at. Sometimes it was just weird, isn't it? As in, some kids saw that, you know, because he was changed into his speedos or whatever. Yeah. That the underwear that was left behind had skid marks in, and everyone laughed at him. I don't know did that ever happened in your school.
No, I don't think so. I don't remember. Skid
marks can happen though. I've had in my lifetime. I've had skid marks.
I don't remember changing swimming.
I'm not going to deny it. We all have skid marks.
He's not going to deny it.
I wouldn't. That's why I wouldn't buy white underwear just in case.
Yeah, morally you're against it.
Yeah. What else? Do you ever do Young Enterprise, man?
Young Enterprise?
In sixth form.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know what it is.
You had to like make a business.
Yeah.
And we had like 2 teams in our sixth form. It was like who sold the most products goes on to the next round. It's like a national competition.
Oh no, I don't think.
And our product was a cookbook that flipped. I was the sales officer, I think. Because people thought I'd be good at selling because I used to sell sweets and that at school.
Yeah.
And I was alright when we did
supply and demand.
We did a couple of like market sales. Our product was like it was called Flip It, I think.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm mixing that up with.
It's called Bop It.
It was called Flip. It was what it was. It was a flip book.
Yeah.
There was like 4 sections. It was a cookbook, or maybe 3 sections actually. Where the one section would be the base, then the filling, and then the topping of like a cake.
Yeah.
So you can mix and match.
Right, okay.
So you'd have like the recipe for the top.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. It's quite a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess, but how many combinations can you, like...
Well, if there's 10 of each, then that's 1,000 different recipes.
Yeah, but okay, but how many, like...
They probably all end up shit because they're just like
because you
strawberries.
Surely you'd have to do something that would work.
Wouldn't work that well
for all of them. So the actual...
I can't remember.
The variation, and what I'm saying is I don't think the variation in like the bases could be that different.
I was salesman.
You were sales,
I don't think I even read it.
No.
I think we had loads left over.
You gotta know your product.
I think we had loads left over, and I gave like 10 of them away for Christmas that year, which was great. Because I got a big family, got like 5 brothers, 2 sisters. You know, Mum used to have a dad. Gave everyone one.
Your dad's buried with it.
But we lost actually. I chucked on. Got to get rid of the last like 5 of them. There's been a dispute over his grave recently. I'll tell you about that in a minute.
I don't know what that means, but I'm interested.
Right. I guess the message of this episode is that I feel good to be in my mid-20s, be a proper adult, have a nice wiped arse, and to not be selling cookbooks anymore.
Yeah, don't sell cookbooks, don't smell of shit.
Yeah.
That's our motto. Scratch your back.
Keep your asses clean and keep your... I don't know, what? Just keep your asses clean.
Just keep your asses clean. That's got to be priority number 1, to be fair.
It's really not
We shouldn't
fair.
have to be telling them that.
It's not fair on other people.
It's not.
When they're just trying to get on with their woodwork.
Exactly. I'm trying to build a little birdhouse. All I can smell is shit. Wipe your fucking ass, you dirty dog.